Hey guys, it's truebeautyforever here, aka Natasha Redford Poetry, and today I wanted to do a prom video for you guys. I know I told you guys in one of my other videos that I freaking failed because I wanted to do 3 tutorials for you guys. I don't know if I'll be able to still do that, but I will try. But this is one look that I thought would look nice for you guys. I was just wearing this for a night out with one of my girlfriends. It was like a very quick last minute thing, but I got a lot of compliments on it. And so I thought, okay, well maybe if somebody wants to wear a very neutral look that's kind of cool tone, they could wear this to prom. So this is what I came up with, and I used the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. I really like this palette because it has a lot of everyday colors in it. As you can see, my favorite color was the color Naked 2, and it's all used up. But I did incorporate the little bit I had left in this tutorial. So I hope that you guys enjoy this tutorial and let me know if you wear this to your prom. That would be super cool if you did. Okay, so if you're interested, just stay tuned. Hey guys, okay, so we're gonna go on ahead and get started. I'm gonna start by priming my eyes using the NYX eyeshadow base in Skin Tone, not my skin tone, but Skin Tone. And I'm using a concealer brush to kind of put that on my lids, and then I'm gonna use my finger to blend it out so that it's a nice smooth transition across my eyes. And you're going to also see me apply it underneath my eye on my lower lash line to help the color stick there as well. Okay, so taking my Naked Basics palette by Urban Decay, I'm going to take the color Foxy on my blending brush, and I'm just going to blend this all over my lid from the mobile lid to my brow bone. And this is going to act as our transition color and make it easier for the other colors to blend out. Okay, now I'm going to be taking the color WOS and the color Naked 2. I know it doesn't look like I have any left, but I have just a little bit left in the pan. And I'm going to be kind of mixing those two together, and I'm going to use a flat shader brush with a little fluff to it and apply that to my mobile lid. Now I'm going to be taking the color Faint on my fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to apply this to the crease, and that's going to be our color that gives our eye a little bit of dimension. And I would probably stop here if this were going to be a daytime look, but since this is for prom, we're going to be also taking Crave, and I'm just going to apply that, but I'm going to do it in a more careful manner and kind of with a light hand, because you don't want this to be all over the crease. We more so want to focus it on the outer part of the crease as well as the outer V of our mobile lid. And I'm speeding this up, and I'm keeping this in here to show you guys that it really does take some time, and you want to just be very light-handed with it. And also you will see me kind of periodically looking to make sure that it's even with my other eye, because that's important as well. Okay, now I'm just going back and kind of touching up the colors on my mobile lid and anywhere where I feel like it needs to be touched up. And I'm just adding a little bit more of Crave to the outer V of my mobile lid. Make sure you blend, because blending is super important. You want your eyeshadows to look super nice for prom day. And now I'm just taking a break to have a little tea. Now I'm going to take Venus on a small little smudger brush, and I'm going to apply that to my inner tear duct color. And now I'm taking the color Crave, and I'm applying that to my lower lash line for a little bit of smokiness. and I'm taking the color Faint and applying that more to the inner part of my lower lash line. Now I'm doing my brows, liner, and mascara, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, you guys. So I just wanted to show you what I did for my eyeliner. I used the NYC liquid liner. It's very cheap. It's like less than $5. It's probably like $3, if that. And then for the mascara, I used Makeup Forever Smoky Extravagant. And if you're going to wear this to prom, I would recommend wearing it with some falsies. But I don't have any falsies on me, which is why I didn't put any on. So, sorry. This is what it looks like with the liner. I just did a simple wing liner. I know I can get a little dramatic with my liner, but I just wanted to keep it nice and simple. So now we're gonna move on to the face. So I'm gonna be using the NYC Smooth Skin Perfecting Primer. And this was very cheap as well. And I'm kind of just gonna apply that all over. If your face and your neck do not match in color, which a lot of people don't, that's normal, make sure you apply foundation there too. Because you don't want your prom pictures to come back and your neck is like 3 shades lighter than your face or something. What foundation primer is supposed to do is help your, face to stay on all night, A nice, cheap foundation is, well, not cheap, I'll say affordable foundation is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless. A lot of people have been really raving about this. If you want to go for a more dewy look for your prom, I would recommend the Revlon Color Stay because it's full coverage, it lasts all night, and it has a nice little dewy finish to it. Now I'm going to use this one though because I haven't used this one in a tutorial yet. This is in the color Coconut. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of dab this all over my face and then use my Real Techniques buffing brush to kind of blend it into the face. The reason why I put foundation on my lips is because my lips are 2 different colors, so it helps to cancel out the colors and make them even. That's a good tip to use if you don't want to use a lip liner. Now the rest that's on my hand, I'm going to apply that to my buffing brush, and I'm just going to buff it into my skin. I'm making sure to hit my chin, or underneath it. It's crazy. So I just recently did a video on deadbeat fathers, and I told you guys I hadn't spoken to my dad in 5 years. I think he just called me. Okay, so this gave me a very, I'd say, sheer to medium coverage. If you feel like you want more, you can add another layer, but this is fine with me. And now I'm going to add some concealer. Now I typically go pretty dramatic and ultra bright with my concealer, but I'm not going to do that because when you're at prom, you're going to want to take pictures and it's probably going to be dark, and so you're going to take a lot of pictures with flash. If your concealer is super brighter than the rest of your face, it's probably going to show up in flash photography. So I would recommend using a brightening concealer, but not extremely bold. Ouch! That really hurt. That really hurt. Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit closer to you guys. Hope that's okay. I'm gonna be taking my foundation brush from Real Techniques, and I'm gonna be taking my concealer by NYX. This is the Above and Beyond Full Coverage Concealer, and this is in the color Bronze. Now, some of you might think this is an extreme highlight. This is more of a toned down one for myself personally. Do what caters to you. This is your prom, not mine, so. Another thing I'd like to mention real quick is if you messed up your wing on your liner, this is like the first day in history I actually didn't, you can take your concealer and kind of clean up the edge of your wing, and then it makes it look like you didn't mess up. So that's always nice. Okay, now I'm just gonna take this finger, not my ring finger because it's on my left side, I mean my right side, but the ring finger equivalent, and I'm just gonna kind of pat it out. Now I'm gonna take my Real Techniques buffing brush, once is how I like it, and I'm going to kind of blend where the concealer ends with the foundation, kind of like how you blend an eyeshadow. You don't want there to be a harsh line between your concealer and your foundation. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna also kind of go back in my lower lash line because my concealer did kind of hit that lower lash line a little bit more than I would have liked. Make sure that your concealer is even on both sides of your face too. That is très important. Okay, so do you see this kind of harsh line here? You don't want to leave that like that, so you also want to kind of blend that out. Okay, now I'm going to cook my face. It's so funny. I never heard anybody cook or see anybody cook their face before Nikki Tutorials kind of introduced the world to the concept, but now everybody cooks their face. So I'm going to be taking NYC Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder in Translucent. It's very affordable. I can't really compare it to other powders because this is basically the only one that I use. It works really well. And cooking just basically means you put a crap load of translucent powder on your face, and instead of blending it out right away, you just kind of let it sit there. And it's supposed to help your concealer not to crease. So I'm gonna just use this on a beauty blender. Yes, I know it's a lot, but if you don't want your concealer to crease on one day in particular, it's definitely your prom. Okay, now I'm gonna look like a bozo for the rest of the video. Great. Now I'm gonna move on to my nose, and I tend not to put too much on my nose. Like, this is a lot for me, because I want my nose to still look natural and, yeah, not too extreme. I'm not going to cook my nose. I'm gonna take my contour brush and I'm just gonna set my nose. Now I'm gonna move on to contour. I'm just gonna use the CoverGirl Queen Collection Natural Hue Liquid Makeup in True Ebony, and I'm gonna contour my face. Again, you don't want to do something that's extremely darker than your face, because you want to look natural when the flash hits your face, you know, for your pictures. So for the lips, I'm using my ColourPop Lippy Stick in the color LBB. And what I'm going to do with this, it's a nice like wine color. I'm gonna try to do like an ombre lip. So I'm gonna basically use this kind of like a lip liner and go all around the outside of my lips with it. Now I'm gonna kind of rub my lips together. I'm gonna put a little bit of translucent powder. Even though it's already matte, it's just gonna help it to stay a little bit longer. And you really want that since this is prom. Now I'm gonna be taking a MAC lipstick in Ruby Woo, and it's, oh, mine has a little bit of the LBB on it. But it's just a classic red, and I'm going to apply this to the middle of the lips. I'm just gonna go over LBB one more time. And then again, I'm going to use some pressed powder, or translucent powder, I'm sorry. This is kind of like cooking the lips, if you will. If you won't, that's fine. Now I'm going to take a nice big fluffy powder brush and kind of buff away this powder. I typically go for golden highlights, but today I'm going to do what I would call a pearlescent highlight or a halo highlight. And I'm going to stick with this same palette, and I'm just going to take the color Venus, and I'm going to swatch it on my hand for you. See, you can make a very beautiful highlight. So I'm just going to apply this Venus shadow wherever I would highlight on my face. Now, I'm going to take my favorite blush, and it's like crushed to shambles. It's the NYX Baked Blush in Ignite Passion. It does have quite a bit of shimmer, but it's going to add a little bit of warmth to the face since we use the cool toned highlight, cool toned eyes. Just want a little bit of warmth to the face. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you do wear this to prom. You should totally tell me if you wear it to prom. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!